Hi, good morning, Aries. This is Sia Patsy, and I am going to be trying to redo your love bite for the time period between mid-April and mid-May 2018. So I already got some cards from you for you last night, and I'm this is my second time trying to do this video for you. I'm not in my home. I'm at my daughter's. But I don't understand why this isn't going up unless someone doesn't want you all to get this message. But I don't know why, but I'm going to give it to you. As I'm going to try my best. We're going to give it one more try at least. So hopefully it'll work this time. So we're going to do the love bite a little differently. And I wanted to do this over for you because the previous one only went through a live and I couldn't give it to both of the channels. Okay, and thank you all so much for your support. We got almost 2,000 people on one channel, so that's pretty good. 2,000 subscribers, and the other one has 205, staying steady. So thank you very much. We're going to be getting cards today from the Gods and Goddess deck and Sirens and Titans. So it's Gods and Titans and Sirens and Goddesses and Sirens on this side. And these are both by Stacy DeMarco and Jimmy Bantam. We'll also be getting messages from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck by Colette Baron Reed and the Romance Angel Oracles by Doreen Virtue. And we'll get a final oracle card from the Sacred Rebels deck, and that's by Alana Fairchild. So this is going to be the male energy on this side and the female energy on this side. On the male energy, this does not have to be a couple. These people may or may not be related to each other, or the message could flow be relevant for both sides of this, okay? But right now, this is for the male Aries, and this is for a female Aries. They don't necessarily have to be a couple, but they could be, all right? So let's start with the male side. First card that came up for you here was inquiry. So this talks about questioning something, doing research, shining the light on the situation, getting clarity. All right, so this could be a fire sign, Sagittarius, or it could be Leo, or it could be you, Aries. All right, so maybe you are doing some research and making some inquiries about a situation. Next card that came for you was Hypnos. This is talking about getting sleep. This is talking about getting rest, rejuvenation. All right. And the next card that came up for you here was Biame. B-A-I-A-M-E. Biame. Biame talks about beauty. And he is a god in the Aboriginal cultures in Australia. He is one of their gods. So he talks about the beauty of nature and in the earth. He works with herbs and birds. And so this is talking about beautiful transitions, beautiful beginnings. See the little chick? Seems like he's breaking out of wherever he's his egg or his nest. All right, but this is talking about looking for a deeper beauty, not just superficial beauty. Looking out for the beauty in nature, the land that you own, the beauty around you. Talks about maybe environmental concerns. Taking care of that which you own, your property, even if it's an apartment, even if it's a big house somewhere out in the woods or somewhere in the middle of a suburban city. It just talks about looking for the beauty around you in all things. So this could be saying that someone is concerned about getting their beauty sleep, all right? Because we got sleep and we got beauty. So maybe some of you are very aware of the fact that you haven't been getting enough rest and maybe it's having an effect on your looks or your attitude. Appreciating nature and the beauty. It could be talking about getting plastic surgery, elective surgery. It could be talking about getting any kind of surgery, actually. Sleep could be talking about going under anesthesia. Apollo inquiry could be talking about some exploratory surgery, maybe. Okay. Getting more answers. Doing research into what it is that you're getting done or going to do. So this could be you or someone around you that may be choosing to have elective surgery, and you are being advised to ask questions, do research. The three of the Romance Angel Oracle deck that came up for you were: pay attention to the red flags, give your relationship a chance, and retreat. So, in keeping with the previous three cards, I think it is telling you to pay attention to the details. Get second opinions about this surgery. Is it necessary? Is this elective surgery, or is this something that is necessary, something that has to be done? I think it's saying that you should be paying attention to what's going on, getting a second opinion on these things. If this is elective surgery, you may want to wait on it. This is talking about, again, superficial beauty and the beauty within. Maybe the person around you or you are being advised that you don't need to get this surgery. That could be the retreat. That could be give your relationship a chance. That could be paying attention to the red flags. Accept your beauty as it is. Accept your outer beauty for what it is, and be more concerned about your inner beauty. It could be talking again about going under anesthesia, retreating, and sleep. So someone around you or you, Aries gentlemen, or Aries masculine energies, may be facing some kind of imminent surgery, and it's just saying for you to pay attention to the red flags and perhaps wait if you can. The next two cards that came for you from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck was the Horse King, assistance and control. All right, so this is going forward with your plans, taking control of the situation, asking for help, again, asking for second opinions, doing your research. 4 and 2 is 6, so this is about reminiscing maybe on past times, or this could be looking into the history of the doctors or whoever is doing this procedure. That's just what I got. That's just the message that I just got. To look into their reputations, get a second opinion about the surgery, the procedure that's going to be going on, but also what is the doctor's record in regards to the number of these procedures that they have performed, and what is their track record. That may be something that you want to check out. And the next card that came here was The Arrow Master. This is a 10, and 10s reduced to 1, and 1 is about the individual. This is about hitting the mark with your intention, and it also talks about detachment. So this could be talking about you having to make an objective decision in regards to the situation. Maybe you are the person's next of kin or something like that when they go into the surgery. So you may have to make a detached decision. All right, hitting the mark could be, again, surgery. Intention. All right, so this could be successful. This could be saying that this is going to be successful, that this is going to hit the mark. Whatever the intention was to remove or fix or do, it's going to be fine. But again, it could be saying that maybe you need to just detach from the situation so that you can make an objective decision if you're called upon to do that. Detachment, again, could also talk about detachment, retreat, sleep. Could be talking about surgery, going under surgery, taking that general anesthesia. Could be talking about, again, a Sagittarius, because we have another bow and arrow here. Or it could be any fire sign. Yes, it could be Leo. It could be a Leo. We're talking about the sun, brightness. It could be Sagittarius. It could be Aries. So this is about you or someone around you who is having this concern right now. Okay, so that was the male energy. Now, on the female side of things, we got Kali. Kali talks about fear. Kali talks about showing compassion and love even with the fears. This talks about transition. This talks about fear of the transition, fear of change. Dealing with your fears, with your demons, your preconceptions, your notions about what is awaiting us on the other side. What happens after you transition? The next 3 cards that we got from the Romance Angel Oracle were religious factors, engagement, and true love. So for some of you, this could be talking about fear of marriage, maybe fear of an engagement, what is coming up with that. And this is saying that this is your true love and that there is no need to fear. So it could be religious factors, engagement, true love, could be talking about fear of the next step, fear of the change, fear of the next step in regards to relationship. But this is a true love. This is directed by the divine. This is a relationship that was directed by the divine. This was also talking about having open talks. It talks about having talks, talking about your fears, being open about it. So perhaps for the female, it's telling you that if you have any fears about anything, or if you have questions about the afterlife, what goes on, talk about it. Talk about it with the person that you're involved with. It could be talking about making decisions about sharing your legacy and your assets. Okay, trying to control the situation because of your fears of what's going to be going on after you're no longer there. This could be talking about someone separately who is making out their will, their last will and testament, or their final arrangements, and it's saying don't try to control people with what you're leaving them and how they are to use those assets or spend the money or whatever. I'm getting a message here that is what's going on, that someone, and there's people who do this, believe me, I grew up with people like this, that will hold the fear of them cutting you out of their will over you. So this message is, if you are one of those people, knock it off. Don't try to control people by threatening them with poverty. You're trying to control someone else's abundance. Spirit is saying, leave it freely, give it freely, because the karma continues. And if you create negative karma here, it will transition with you. Karma is infinite, and it is true. And it's going to get you wherever you are. So don't think that you're getting the final last laugh if you think that you're going to screw somebody through your last will and testament. This is what I'm getting. I'm so sorry if this is someone who has lost someone recently or is getting ready to do those arrangements. Just make sure that your intentions are pure and good and loving as you do that. Because if you're doing things to create, to control someone else's abundance, that's not going to transition well. That's not going to translate well during your transition. Just a warning, just a message. I'm just saying. Next cards that came from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms were the Spiral Dancer, number 5. This talks about change, talks about love. So there could be a change to your love relationship, which is what you're fearing because you're getting engaged and you know this person is your true love, and so now you're afraid. This talks about your perception, changing your perception, looking at things from a different point of view. It also talks about having to go through a lot of different mazes, a lot of different changes in order to get to your final destination. It also talks about ascending up, that you're getting lessons and moving up in your ascension. And as you move up and as you step away and detach some, you will get a deeper, a better perception, or change your perception about certain events and things that are going on around you, or things that you went through. The things that brought you to where you are today, you're going to be able to look back on them and have a different perception on the events leading up to now. And the next card that came for you was the High Lady of Love and Compassion. This is reverence, kindness, and consideration. This card is the number 1. And number 1 is about you. Okay? So this is talking about being kind and being considerate of others. All right? Respect for the higher power. Kindness and being considerate. Ashe. So, our females could be afraid of going to the next step with their relationship. Maybe you've been through a lot of changes with this person or in this relationship or just in your life in general, and so you're a little hesitant of this, but be assured that this is a true love for you. Okay? And being told not to lose touch with yourself, of who you are. Okay? Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Be respectful. And don't be afraid. Just change your perception. Know that this is a divinely led relationship. That the divine is on point with you all in this situation. Okay, so now this is a message that I got in the last reading, and I hope that they let me give it to you in this one. But if there's some situation, and this is for both of the male and female, because this fear could very well be part of these other cards here, talking about someone who is going to go into surgery, and fear of that person might be having, that they're going to transition due to the surgery or before the surgery. Maybe the surgery is supposed to prevent it. Or again, maybe it's plastic surgery that's unnecessary, and maybe the warning is to get more opinions. This could also be just talking about trying to be compassionate towards someone who may be in fear of transitioning. Maybe someone's sick and they're having surgery, but they're fearing it. For some of you, and this is not for everybody, this may only be for one or two people. If there is a transition of someone around you, it doesn't have to necessarily be the person that you're involved with. It could just be a family member or whatever. Could be a family member. Could be someone who is a fire sign like yourself, or someone who is an earth sign, or air. Okay. Whomever. Just for whatever reason they want me to say this. If you go to someone's homegoing services, someone's funeral, memorial service, and the person is there are going to be a lot of remarks being made about how beautiful this person looks, and that they look like they're sleeping. So just know that person, not only are there going to be remarks made about it, it's going to be something that's going to stand out to you about how beautiful this person looks and how much they just look like they're asleep. And I think that is to reassure whomever, that that's all it is, and that person hasn't gone far from you. They will be around, and they will be just as beautiful as you've always remembered them, if not more. But don't be surprised when you go to a homegoing service for someone, a funeral for someone, if their body is being displayed, if there's an open casket situation. And I'm sorry for discussing this, and I'm trying to just give the message, and maybe I'm not being as gentle with this as I should be, and I don't know, but I'm just saying it, just being blunt about it, to say the truth. It's saying that the person is going to look like they're asleep, and they're going to look beautiful. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. So you shouldn't be afraid. They shouldn't be afraid. But they should not be trying to use their last will and testament to control the futures of the people that are going to still be on this side. Because you will see when you get to the other side that these things don't matter. okay? And that you should not be going out of your way to make someone, to affect someone's abundance in a negative manner when you know you don't have to. There may be someone who would be expecting certain things to have been done a certain way, and you may be contemplating doing this another way in order to be controlling or spiteful after you pass. And what I'm being told is to let go of that, to detach yourself from those feelings. Again, whatever karma you create, don't think that it's not going to follow you over to the next life, because it absolutely will. Card that came for the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck was number 11, Diving for Light. Now, this talks about a relationship, a love. 11s, we know 11's a master year. This is a master year, this is an 11, so this could be talking about a soulmate relationship, it could be talking about a twin flame relationship, but it's talking about a relationship between two people that has been on for a long time. And maybe a legacy of long relationships. Maybe your parents were married a long time, and now you're married a long time. And there has been a lot of comfort and love. All right, so this could be also talking about someone around you who is a water sign. All right, but seahorses talk about love that's been around a long time. So two people who have been together for many, many years. And I'm trying to think. I think it was Apollo. One of his symbols or signs are dolphins. We know dolphins also are love and soulmates. So, diving for light, number 11. Let's see what that's telling us. How brave you are. You are diving for light. It can be so much simpler to seek light in the heavenly, in that which is blissful, loving, sweet, and kind. To look for the light in that which is dark is an advanced task that only a rebellious and brave heart will attempt. You may not feel that you have taken such a journey by choice, yet you have taken this wise challenge on from deep within your soul. Your innermost has been evoked. Your innermost being has evoked this situation in your life, and with the intention that you grow in your power, your wisdom, and your creative juices. It also wants you to experience a bold and fearless trust in life and become further empowered to live it with zest and with courage. This card speaks of a time when you are called into darkness through life circumstances, situations, relationship challenges, or inner struggles that defy clear understanding. The darkness may be a creative block, a sense of being in a void, or feelings of depression, rage, sadness, fear, or anxiety. There may or may not be an obvious cause. The darkness might be generally accepted and socially acknowledged because there is a socially acceptable or obvious reason for it, such as a death or a divorce or a retrenchment. However, there may be no obvious justification for your experience of darkness. You might not need a reason to be able to accept it. Likewise, you may struggle to find an unconditional acceptance of your experience. Let me repeat that. You might not need a reason to be able to accept it, or likewise, you may struggle to find an unconditional acceptance of your experience. Just know that you are actually on track and right where you need to be. Our creative process and our spiritual paths go through a similar turning of the wheel. There is spring and there is summer in the seasons of our souls as well as the earthly ones. There is an autumn harvest and there is a death inherent in winter when energy is concentrated and pulled within to seek out the darkness where it can rest, regenerate, and simply be, until the time is right for a new life, energy, and creative inspiration to burst forth. This is talking about reincarnation. When diving for light, one must be willing to bear the darkness and understand that it has a purpose, much like the winter does upon the earth. It is not in error or through lack of consciousness that you are here now. It is a testament to your spiritual growth and creative progress, not a sign that you are lacking or stalling. The healing process will help you in your inward plugging and successfully navigate it. There's a invocation and stuff, but it's too long, and I know that this is going to cut me off soon. This oracle brings particular guidance that although you are powerful, you are also very vulnerable at this time. You need to be alert to sabotage and criticism that may make your progress more difficult than it already is. That would be rather unnecessary. At least some of the people around you might be more attached to their fear and doubt than to their faith in your process and the ways of the creative, rebellious, spiritual path that asks us to trust unconditionally. They may be frightened due to a lack of understanding. You don't need to carry their fear for them. You have your own process to attend to, and they can choose to be inspired by your journey or frightened by it. They are free to respond as they wish, and whatever those responses are, that's part of their journey for them to work out. You also may need to be vigilant against the darker forces from within you. There are voices that you may not expect, particularly if you are a pure-hearted being who typically resonates with love. These voices or feelings might surprise you with their dark intensity. They may be feelings of hate, of terror, of wanting only to sleep because anything further is all too hard. They may contain vicious criticism of yourself or tell you that your inner creative work is pointless, unoriginal, not worth it, or stupid. These dark forces may try to tell you that you are on the wrong path, suggest that you will fail, or ask for great condescension. Who the hell do you think you are? You must stay in your heart and not believe these dark forces. Stay in compassion. Fear creates the energy of anger, hate, and destructiveness. These forces are a part of life. We don't want to have to be frightened of them, nor do we need to deny their existence or try to ignore them in order to find light in the darkness. We just need to hold compassion and be intelligently aware so we can avoid being seduced into a trap of needing to prove ourselves or into mistaken belief that we need to fight against darkness. It is too easy to get caught up in trying to heal the dark. Darkness just is. Recognize it when it is there and be in your compassionate heart. All you need to do is make a choice. Will you stay in your heart, or will you be seduced by darkness and overcome by hate or sleepiness? Diving for light is a spiritual test and a threshold for all true creative work. We successfully navigate our way through this test and pass the threshold into a new creative birth by staying connected to the light compassion in our own hearts. It's not an easy test, but it is one that you must be ready for. Otherwise, it wouldn't be coming to you now. Just remember, it is the light of the heart that sustains. It exists within us always, even in the darkest depths of the unknown terrain. This is another special message. There is a darkness around or within you that could be problematic if left unchecked. If for no particular reason you find yourself feeling angry, irritated, hopeless, or tired more easily than usual, unable to rest, or it is just too much effort to exercise or take care of yourself, then this darkness is having an unnecessary effect on you. It is time to end that now from a place of compassion. The healing process will empower you for that task. Don't be afraid. You are learning this lesson and the unending power of compassion because you are ready for it. Feel honored by this lesson and stay humbly centered in your powerful, rebellious heart that refuses to be conquered by fear and remains faithful to love. All will be well. Okay, now there's a healing invocation that I'm going to read, and it says that you need to repeat this morning and night for 3 days, and to continue repeating this as long as it feels good for you. Say this aloud whether it makes sense to you or not. I call upon the presence of unconditional love. Be here now without restraint. Fill me and fill this space. Touch all beings with grace. I feel the presence of unconditional love within me. I acknowledge the presence of unconditional love all around me. I am the presence of unconditional love, and in this love, no fear can remain. May unconditional love guide any fear back to the light of love or back to the earth as it serves the greatest good. My body, mind, heart, and soul are now completely bathed in and protected by unconditional love. Through my own free will, this is so. Someone out there is facing a situation where someone that they've loved for a long time is facing the possibility of crossing over, of transitioning to the other side. And so, Aries, what this is saying to me is not to have any fear, to be compassionate, to allow the person to express themselves, and you talk freely and openly about your fears. Don't, if this is someone that's close to you, don't naysay their fears. Just try to talk them through it, and maybe you can use that prayer to help them feel better about the next steps. It does say that after you do this, you might feel, after you're saying this prayer, you might feel nauseous. You might also feel very emotional or sad or grief. But these are all signs that the healing process is working on a darker energy, and the energy is releasing itself from you. Keep repeating this until you feel clear. Don't be afraid to continue with it as much as needed, especially if you live or work in a toxic environment with a lot of negativity, arguments, anger, or disturbances, and cannot extricate yourself from that environment for a period of time for various reasons. So if you're in a hospital situation, a hospital setting, you might want to do this regardless of what happens, because there's a lot of negativity and sadness in hospitals. If you feel you need additional help, seek out a psychologist, a spiritual reader, a reputable shaman, using word of mouth referrals, and then trusting your instincts about who feels good to you. Ask them to assist you. You are being drawn into this experience so that you are ready to experience more light. To be ready for that, we must be capable of handling equal darkness. Now is the preparation. Soon the celebration will follow. So this is not only for your the person that's transitioning, because they're already going to ascend. Their lessons are good. They're good. But this is also a lesson for you, so that you can experience what it's like to experience this type of loss, so that perhaps in the future you will be able to share this experience and these lessons with others, to let them know what to expect and how to handle it. So, Aries, I hope that you, I don't want to say I hope that this resonated with you, but I hope that this can be helpful for you if this is a situation that some of you are facing. Like I said, I had already done the love bite for you guys, but it was on my heart to do this for you. So I hope that it uploads, and I hope that you will watch it and like it, make comments and share it. Let me know what you think about these cards, and also let me know which of the decks that I've been using over the few months do you like the best, or would you like to see more readings with? the Akashic Tarot, the Power of the Archangels Tarot, Tarot of the Orisha, Tarot of Sexual Magic. These cards here, any of them. Look back over the last few months and you should see the different decks that I've used. I'm just trying to get an idea of where everyone is at spiritually. And thank you all so much for liking, sharing, subscribing. Up to almost 2,000 last night. I think I was 1,995. I didn't even check it this morning. But I appreciate it. I love it. I thank you all so much for helping me. I thank you for those of you who have asked for personalized readings and visual, messenger readings, which are fun also. So send me an email, pbtarot7@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you about scheduling those if you'd like, or I'll get back to you about a personal reading if you're requesting that. All right. You can also follow me on the Instant Go app, and I can answer your questions by text message. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hit the notification bell so that in case I get, a feeling like I want to come and give a message, you'll know when I'm up. All right? So thank you all very much. I love you. Enjoy the rest of your month. And I'll be seeing you all in the beginning of May, and that'll be your readings for June. Okay? So thank you very much for watching. I love all of you guys, and talk to you soon. Bye.